Okay, let's get this sorted out. Well, it's late. I only took like couple, like 2, 3, whatever pictures of each, and I figure I'll do a video because I really don't have time. All of this had just stuff everywhere. I just spent an hour just moving things and measuring all these and weighing and da-di-da, whatever da-di-da means. Right, I've been really doing stuff. Anyway, it's very hot. Got the fan going over there. Hang on, I'll just kill that fan. Hold on, because the noise might Right then. Okay, let's have a look here. 4 different listings. Let's see now. Right. Non-scripted as per usual. Let's get to this. Kayak keyboards, Kaya wood. This particular one here, very, very old school. It's really old. And I'll just sell it for crazy cheap. I've decided to put some kind of real, what do you call it? A numbering system, a great system I have there. Yeah, I'm tired. I was going to think of something fancy to say. Anyways, what I'm going to do is include these, and I'll get to that in a minute. These are just, cheapies and plastic cases, but I figure better than nothing, so you get that. And this board is awesome. It's just really, really crazy old, and it's nice, and for the price, it's condition wise is alright. I mean, it's got a little bit of a nick there, and it's just groovy. Yeah, that's a real old board, just old grainy, that thingy there, and it's, for the price, excellent. Right, C-mail is going to be for all of these. Right, so I'll just point this. Oh, and I'm going to include this book here for this one, because this one came with one of these boards, and I don't remember which one it came with, so I think I'll just toss it with this one. And I'm going to include, this is a book on, let me just sort this out, take that thing off. There, I slide that out there. Very technical. And this has all kinds of, it's all in Japanese, but all kinds of situations. And the reason why I'm including this, because I thought, well, this is cool, because this guy's just got that look. It's like, I'm gonna kick your, like that. So I reckon, yeah, that's cool. Alright, so you will receive all of that. And that'll be go board number 1. Plonk it over there. Now, number 2. I also will include some of these pieces here, because I see I have some sets laying about. I've got some over there somewhere, and some old boards over there, and some pieces in here, pieces there, and bits and pieces. Now these here, I'm collecting dust, as you can see. These are super awesome, as my friend would say in his broken English. They're really very, very expensive ones there. These, collecting dust also. Piece de resistance. These here, like this is mother of pearl. These are real deal wooden cases, stalks, and beautiful real deal shells. Yeah, top of the line stuff right there. So I'm not exactly going to include those in these particular boards due to price wise and stuff like that, but that's really groovy. You will receive those. We'll get to those. Okay, again, another excellently priced board, so I'm chucking these in. That's because I'm just cool, And this one here, I like how it's got like, that's the original, like, you know, the grainy, rough grain, they've gone with that, you see. And its condition, a little bit of a bonk there. Great playing surface, a little tiny scratch there. But aside from, you know, it's good. It's good for the price, it's just fantastic. So, again, alright, there's my numbering system right there. Log that into the big blue computer. And you'll find that this, yeah, that's a very good board for the price. That's just that's a sweetie right there. Okay, so that's that. That's number 2. Now I've got hold on, this carpet thing, I've got a piece of wood laying under there. I'll just plonk that over there. That there. Groovy, check that out. I picked that up just the other day at this auction house. Isn't that cool? It's made of aluminum. I'm going to sell it. So one of you guys will probably want that. I'm going to sell that awesome piece too. I'm going to sell that as a shamisen in there. Get around to that. Oh, I'm going to list this at some stage. This is a kneeling rest for when you're playing Go. So that's cool. Okay, now let's move on to number 3. Alright. This here, another beautiful, this is very old. This is likely Edo period, something like that, 1603 to 1868, somewhere in that range. Real deal wooden cases. Now these are just super awesome. Now you'll find that these, I mean these are so old, the samurai would have played with these, definitely. You know, that was the game that they often played during time of relaxation. Now these are real deal. They're like, you know, to use the proper archaeological terminology, they're crazy old. So if you ask me how old they are, they're crazy old. So there you go. They're the real deal, very expensive, and I really shouldn't be including them with this particular thing for price-wise, but I'm all about distributing this awesome game around the world if I so can. Beautiful playing surface. Tiny little nicks and bonks here and there. That's probably the worst of it there, which is certainly not much at all. Very heavy board. Okay, numbering system. And you'll find, like, due to its age, I mean, it's fantastic for its age. And, you know, scratches and nicks and bonks here and there. That's a man's board right there. That's the real deal. So a real man will play on that thing right there. And just gorgeous grain lines. That's a beauty. I would recommend that. Yeah, I recommend this board for certain. That's beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Yep. Spend all day just doing that. Okay, now that's that. Number 3. Hold on, I'll just pop it up on this thing here. Oh, there's a nick there. That's right, I should have mentioned that. There you go. That's probably the worst of it. That nick right there. Aside from that, gorgeous playing surface. Nice and smooth. That's crazy old, and definitely something I'd recommend that. Okay, now the last board here. Check the size of this thing out. I'll just try and grab it with one hand. There you go. Come on. Oh, failing here, aren't I? Yeah, I'm gonna fail. This is cracked. It's fractured. But anyways, it just remains perpetually fractured. Right, give this another try. Come on. Not big enough for this. Slipping off. Fail. I am like wet. I'm giving you an excuse here because it's crazy hot in here. So I slipped because I'm just, you know, look, I am sweating. Hold on. Up there, so you sweat. Right, now, there's my excuse for not being, like, strong enough to hold on to this thing. This is awesome. Here we have another real deal, very old and beautiful board, and at least you make some money out of this, something out of it at least. Check this out. Real deal wooden cases. These, like those, are really old pieces. They're the real deal shells, and just delightful. Look at that. You might be able to, yeah, see? There you go. They're fantastic. Wow. This is a wow piece. Now, you find a little bit of a nick in there. The plain surfaces. Sorry, I put my sweat all over it again. Right, plain surface is really smooth and gorgeous. Little nick in there. Alright. Gorgeous grain lines we have going on here. You probably clean that up a little bit. Yeah, probably just clean that a tad. And alright, sits beautifully. And let's see the other side here. Gorgeous. This thing is, wow, I'm gonna have to put this up for at least a reasonable amount of money. My numbering system. Number 4. That's awesome. This is a fantastic board. That's like really thick, very, very heavy. So it's going to be fairly expensive. Again, sea mail. I will be sending it via that, so, and it will take a long time. But yeah, that's really something. Okay, that's that gorgeous grain lines. Right, that's that. And I will finally, hopefully, get on to doing something else. I was contacted by an Aussie bloke, and he said, hey, do you have any other boards? And yeah, I do. As you see, this particular board actually did come. So I'm rambling, it's late, I'm tired, hungry, and I'm supposed to be doing something else, which is packing boxes to send those antique clocks. Check this out. I'm going to send this to my Aussie land, and this is a old school huge clock that was in a train station back in, say, the 1920s, 30s, something along those lines. Right, I'm just going all clocks right at the moment. Now, yeah, this one is awesome, and this particular one did come with this wood, this covering. You see, and you see these are wooden dowels right there, right? And this here, well, I'm gonna have to repurpose it because it's never gonna make it for sea mail, and it's, you know, falling apart. So I'm gonna use that for something else. But yeah, that's what it came with. So, you know, the old style using of dowels and stuff. So that's a real indication that this is the real deal, and you know, it's very, very old. So yeah, I would suggest for you, my Aussie compatriot, either that one or this one with my sweat all over it. Okay, that's that. Right, finally I'm going to get stuck into doing what I'm supposed to be doing today. But thanks anyway for contacting me. You actually motivated me to actually do something about all this stuff and make at least a bit of room so I can pack some things. Photo shoot some things, because we are in rainy season, and it's a typhoon didn't really generate into something that powerful the other day, but you know, just it rains and then it's alright, and then you get a window of opportunity, then it rains, and it's very difficult to run this kind of biz, especially going to auctions and stuff, where a lot of the stuff is outdoors at this time of year. But I'm just going to plug away and soldier on. That's that. Okay. ABAREBUGYO out. I'm going to press